I often am focused on the value of slow breathing practices. If you watch a bunch of my videos, you probably know that I love talking about breathing, the physiological and the psychological benefits of breathing practices, and generally I'm focusing on slow breathing because most people can benefit from slow breathing, whereas rapid breathing tends to be a more advanced practice. But I want to talk about some of the values. So first of all, specifically from the yoga traditional perspective, rapid breathing causes the rising of energy, right, up the main nadi, Sushumna nadi, which allows a increased level of energy to penetrate through thoughts and habits so that we can let go of them and see through our tightly held beliefs. From a physiological perspective, though, rapid breathing has the potential to allow us to very quickly lay down new neurological pathways. So why is that likely to be the case? The major excitatory neurotransmitter in the brain is called glutamate. Now generally, the way that neurotransmission works, the sending of a neurotransmitter between one to the other, which is called neurotransmission, and that is how messaging and communication happens, is linear, one direction and one directional, right? However, during very high levels of glutamate release, what happens is that the postsynaptic neuron, the neuron after the space between the two neurons, actually is like, whoa, a lot of glutamate you're sending me. You know what? I'm going to send it right back. And then the presynaptic neuron sends it post, pre, back and forth really rapidly. And what happens as a result of this is that a new pathway becomes deeply entrenched, or a pre-existing pathway becomes even more entrained. So if we're trying to break habits of mind, that ability to shift the circuitry through this means is potent. However, for people with mental health issues, when they engage in this rapid breathing, the level of excitation caused within the autonomic nervous system and also through greater glutamate firing can actually enhance the firing between pathways that are fear-based. So it can be dangerous, and in most cases, I wouldn't recommend people with anxiety, many mental health issues do it. There are some exceptions. But for people that are developed in their practice, feel relatively well, or even are still struggling a little bit with their mental health, but have a long yoga practice behind them, if you pair positive thinking with rapid breathing, I opine that you may be able to rapidly shift your thought processes. Now, research doesn't specifically show that last part, but my lived experience does. And I also want to add that rapid breathing increases levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, which is the fertilizer for neuroplasticity. So really creating that yummy neurochemical environment for change, right? So mental health, serious conditions, please don't do it. Pregnancy, high blood pressure, sometimes in autoimmune conditions, asthma, not usually, it depends. You would have to have worked with breath for a long time, definitely not with long COVID, and look up any other potential contraindications. Namaste.